James.
Well, Pauline, just to look at the history of the UK reform movement, we've seen how this goes, and now they're on track to form that government. When it comes to standing candidates in seats in the lower house across the country, how open are you to taking on more nationals coming across from that party, and also potentially even doing some sort of more of a formal tie-up with the Nationals, who already have that formal branch structure in so many electorates, where you would be able to then have much more of the infrastructure to run lower house campaigns?
Well, we do have the infrastructure to run the lower house campaigns, James, by all means. The fact is that, preferences haven't blown our way. We've got the Labor, the Greens, these other organisations out there, left-leaning, small organisations that are blowing the preferences away from One Nation. The polling shows us that in some rural and regional areas, we're polling as high as 40% of the vote. Now that will win us seats, by all means. But like I said, it's 2 years outside the election. We've got a lot of work to do. I've got to put out my policies to prove to people that we can do it. We do have the answers to a lot of problems that we have. So don't mistake what I'm saying. I intend to go for it. I'm not going to sit back on my laurels and see this country go down the drain as it has under, there's no leadership. Albanese is the worst Prime Minister I have ever seen. There's no leadership in the Liberal Party. They're fighting with each other, which makes me so mad. In the state of the country, they're all, no, I want to be leader, I want to be leader, I want to be leader. And there's no leadership whatsoever. And I called it out with Leigh last year. I don't see her as a leader. She doesn't enthuse me. She doesn't give me confidence. I don't believe she knows what she's doing. And as you said, Rita, those laws that were passed, I picked it right from the very beginning. They should never have been passed. And yet they went ahead with it. Why? To be seen. You can't just be seen to be doing things. People want leadership. People want strong decisions. And they picked it wrong. Very wrong.
Rita.
We haven't really had a true centre-right conservative option for a number of years now. I know traditionally you lot haven't always got along, but can you see One Nation and the Nationals, now that they've broken up with the Libs, getting together, having that infrastructure across the country, and perhaps being a coalition, a true conservative coalition?
Rita, I'm not going to rule anything in or out. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to take on another organisation, another party, where you're going to have, factions or infighting. I built this party so we don't have any of that. And that's what we need in this country. I'm not going to say that you're going to disagree on policy, where we go with this, where we go with that. If people come across, it has to be to One Nation. I'm not going to, I haven't taken years out of my life to rebuild this party a second time for those people who had their own agenda, wanted to take over, which they did. Where are they now? All gone. I'm still standing. So I'm not going to allow my party to be taken over by those. People have joined One Nation, support me. They didn't come on board One Nation to support the National Party. So it's about, yes, the Conservatives need to get our heads together if we want to defeat the Labor Party and the Greens that are destroying this country. I don't have an ego, but I am determined to make it work.